Welcome back, investors. So today we're going to discuss the top 3 ETFs. So if you're looking for the right investment decisions, you've come to the right place. So let's jump right in. So first I'm going to go over what the Nasdaq Composite Index is, because the next 3 funds we'll be discussing mimic this index. The Nasdaq is one of the 3 most followed indices in the United States. It includes 100 of the largest non-financial companies in the United States. It's currently weighted at about 90% in the technology sector. The index was launched in 1971. Since inception, it's made about 15% a year. Its worst year, it fell about 41%, and its best year made 101%. Now, since this index only has 100 companies, not 500 like the S&P 500, it's going to be less diversified. So you're going to have higher highs and lower lows. So you need to be okay with that volatility. It's also highly weighted in technology, about 90%. So if you believe in the future of technology, then that's a great option. The Nasdaq this year has actually posted its strongest first 6 months this year ever. It actually achieved a 30% increase this year, beating the previous record of 2019 at over 25%. The majority of the rally was actually driven by only 7 stocks. As a result, the Nasdaq was forced by the SEC to rebalance their tech-heavy index. Nvidia and Microsoft actually got the biggest cuts, and out of the 7 stocks, they now hold 38% of the index instead of the 55% previously back in July of this year. So now that I've explained to you what the Nasdaq index is all about, let me go over my top 3 ETFs that mimic the Nasdaq 100. So the first one I'm going to go over with you guys is Blackrock's ETF for the Nasdaq 100. Their symbol is XQQ. They have assets of over $2.2 billion. Their management fees are 0.35%. So you'll notice that the Nasdaq 100 ETFs will have higher fees than the S&P 500 ETFs that I showed you guys the other day. Now, their annual returns on average with this fund is 17% annually. On average since inception, it's made 17% a year. Now, the second ETF I'm going to go over with you guys right now is Horizon's version of the Nasdaq 100. Their symbol is HXQ. They have assets under management of $673 million. So the reason why I bring that up during my presentation is that the amount of dollars invested in these funds will show a great liquidity and where people are putting their money. Now, their management fees are a little bit lower. They're only 0.25%. And they are on average providing an annual return of 20%. So 20% is really good when you think about it for an annual average return. Now, the last ETF I'm going to go over with you guys now is BMO's version, which is ZNQ. Now, they have assets under management of $413 million. Their management fees are a little bit higher at 0.35%. And they also have given a return on average of about 20% annually. Now, since these ETFs are invested in the Nasdaq 100, you're going to see more volatility than the ones in the S&P 500 because there's a lot less companies involved here. We also know that the top 7 companies in the index hold now about 30 some odd percent of the holdings, which was reduced from 50 some odd percent. Because there is a lot less companies involved and it's very tech savvy, or tech heavy, I should say, you're going to see more volatility. So you need to be comfortable with that. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a retired financial advisor. And so you want to do your own due diligence because some years you could see as much of a loss of about 40%, where some years you could see maybe a growth of about 100% or more. So you're going to see a lot more volatility. So this would be more of a long-term play. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I'm Suzanne, aka Trade Babe. I hope to see you guys in my video next week, and make sure to subscribe.